I already tell it's gonna be a hot one today. So starting on the floors finally. Cut this back just to bend up, and then from there we'll go forward. Cutting a piece right now for that one, and then we'll go from that one to the next one, give it a little bit of shape, and then from there to the back ones. So one piece at a time, we'll get it together. So hot today though. We'll be in and out of this car. It's going to be a hot one. Oh, she's down. She's down on the ground. Axle's hitting the frame. That's the lowest she's gonna go. So, I'll show you progress as we get it together. Kind of cutting short on the whole doing time lapses and stuff because I really need this car done. Made my first piece so far. Got the little bends, made some little folded corners in there. They're going to be just trying to match it in as much as possible. Up here I'm going to have some filler. Probably down here I'm going to have some filler. Probably do some trimming on these and get them like, you know, a nice ½ inch or something all the way through. And then this will go up from the bottom, and I'll tack it from the, I'll probably drill some holes in it and tack it from the bottom up, so top to top, and I'll tack it across here and weld it across here, and same thing up front. That's first piece. See what it looks like. Got a little misshaped, but it'll go right in there. It'll be the first little part of the hump right in there. And I'll probably put it up, probably slide it over the drive shaft and put it up from the bottom and fit it in that side. But yeah, see how I rounded the corners right here, where this little corner rounded out right there, and yeah, just rounded it out down here where it goes down in this area. I'll go underneath it and it'll come up. Like I said, I'll tack from the bottom. That's where the clean metal's at. This is too much cleaning. And yeah, then we'll tack the two together, and I'll probably just make little strips for in here. Try to keep this original. I don't want to do too much sheet metal work as possible, but I'm gonna get under there right now and try to fit this. It's gonna be too hard to hold camera and do that. All right, I have the piece fitted in there. See, it's nice fitted. Those get tacked together. And right here, I'll make a little connector. Connect these, and then we'll move on to the next part back here. Next. Looking pretty good though. See underneath real quick. I have to trim that edge, but it fits, and I'll hammer all that to fit real nice. Same thing on this side. Trim it to fit, but then I'll hammer that all nice. Once it's getting tracked in. Oh guys, this is where it gets complicated. Got that side looking pretty good over there in the tunnel. Still gotta finish welding up the front section, but for the most part, the back, the majority of it's there. But I gotta do these little sections. I kinda wanna do these little sections first before I finish off these. Come on, light. And before I finish off the pumpkin, I guess this light's dead. But yeah, but this is hard to bend because it's such a small piece. I guess I don't have to bend it very much. It's not very much of an angle to bend it at. It just has to be a little bit more rounded around the axle, so we'll see how I can do it. Alright, gonna tack this side up down. Gotta push it in somehow. Alright, let's see if that helps. Yeah, let's see it, Dylan. I'll go tack on the other side now, though. Darn. No, not like it. Nice. Looking good. Get it all done. Now I gotta do the other top side. Move on to that side. What you guys think? It's looking good? Alright, I gotta do this other side now. I just tacked it, but that one tack broke. But we'll do it again. That's looking really good. Really solid. Once I do this top part, I'll connect it right here. It should keep the floor up. And we'll make all this next after we get this other one on. But this is what's going down. Going in. I'm gonna do all these tacks. I'll come back, show you. I start making this piece over here after I tack this one in. I'm ready to get full. Alright guys, so I had to cut this back so that the U-joint didn't hit it. Should be fine. That's all the way down, so nice and clear, fingers width all the way around. Fingers width. I'll probably grab something, clean that up, sandpaper or file, but it's looking pretty good. And then I just made this piece, go over it. Now sit like about like that. About like that. I'll weld and hammer it as I go to tighten it up. It's a little loose on the sides, but it's not bad. And yeah, and then on top, once I get it all welded in, on top I'll probably bend the corners that are hanging off. So bend it down a little bit, bend down a little bit, and then I'll start making that back piece. I haven't finished welding this one on yet. Not sure why I haven't, but yeah, I think I need to go with some grinding blades actually, because I made it a little too tight on this side. And I'm out of grinding blades, so I think I'm gonna stop for a minute before it gets too late. Go grab some grinding blades so I can cut this, and I gotta clean this up and weld it as I clean and weld as I go. This is a little spot I cut because I didn't know if the shocks were gonna go through here or not, but I ended up prepping them under the floor, so let's have to weld it all back up, hammer it back down, and yeah, after this section's on, I'll start on that back one, and I gotta trim a little bit more right here so it gets away from the frame, and then I'll make these pieces, and then I'll put a little strap right here. But for now, we're gonna probably start welding this one on, and probably finish welding on that one. Well, actually, I'm gonna take a break, like I said, go get grinding blades, and then I'll come back, and I'll start welding this one and this one on, a little bit of trimming and stuff. But looks pretty good. I'm liking it. All right, guys, check it out. Got myself a little planishing hammer. It's just a Harbor Freight cheap one, but somebody had a marketplace last night for like $100, and he said come get it, $50, and he threw in the sandbag with it. So I got a sandbag now and a planishing hammer, but I mean it's a cheap one, but it works. I already made already cleaned up my little centerpiece there. Not good, you can see it, but I made that and that one as a single piece, but I didn't like the angle it had in there, and I just need a bubble around that U-joint so that, you know, anything ever gets wrapped around, bolt, anything, something happens. I want room around the U-joint. So what I did is I cut it in half, or down at the bottom, and cut it, you know, like 3/4, and I was able to lay the top part flat, and then I was able to round this one bottom piece all out real nice and shape it as best as I can for what the tools I have, mainly just hand tools. And then now I got that planishing hammer, which smoothed it out a lot and rounded it a little bit more. But it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna probably start tacking these into place and getting them shaped to the rest of the body, because it should be able to just hammer and push now, and it should shape pretty good. Same thing with this top one, just push and hammer a little bit here and there, and then I'll start on that back piece. I still haven't welded that other piece over there all the way in, because I'm trying to get these ones fitted up a little more so I can see that those ones are going to be correct, because they kind of look off compared to this side, but they are different angles and stuff, so they're probably fine. But yeah, I'll start on this next one after I get a couple of these tacked more in. Looking pretty good, liking it. Happy I got a planishing hammer now. So yeah, that'll be the day of today, just tack welding some more stuff in and making that back last pumpkin piece over the pumpkin, or sheet metal piece over the pumpkin, and then I got just the 2 side frame rails to do after that. But those will be pretty simple, I believe. So let's get at it. It's already getting hot. Planes are already flying. ourselves in a little bit here, guys. See if we'll be able to see. What's wrong with you? There we go. Now we gotta figure out how to cut it, or how to bend it. So, get back over the card. There's some holes in the floor already, I didn't even notice. It was like 16 by like 18 or something, I just left it. So I have a little extra anyways to play with. We can do this one piece. Yeah, I just put it on the hammer and start rounding it out, and that's what we can get. We can get some kind of a dome area right here, and then we start bending our edges that we need off of that. That could work. It needs to be somewhat like round right here. Let's cut this out or not. Let's cut it out. Cut that wire and slice it back in. Definitely got lots of clearance on that from the drive shaft. That's good. All done this time. Then I bend it. So we're going to be rounded in this area. And rounded in this area. Rounded in that area. A lot of rounded. Might have to cut it into two. Might have to do this piece like this and the cap over. I think I might just try bending it in half first. I might bend it this way and then bend it this way. Yeah, bud. Alright guys, like 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning. Not too sure. Got this one piece made. So I had all these, like, top part on there. Let's see, bring out here the light. I had all these corners on there, like all this was on here. I had to cut it all off so I can get it to the shape I needed. And then I just left this strip up on top as my like brace to keep it where it needs to be at. But all this rounded out came out pretty good. The little flange came out good. Matches up here, matches up there. I just couldn't get this part to come down. The angle I needed it to come down like this. So I needed to come down like this, you know. So I just decided to cut it off, and then I'll just make another little cap that's angled already and rounded with it. So yeah, this one will go there, just like that. Looks pretty good, matches in with these sides good. So I'll center it up. I'll drill these little holes in the flanges, drill some holes on this side of the flange and that side of the flange, and then I'll clean it up and start welding it in probably. Well, most likely right now. Nothing else to do. Start doing it. But yeah, I'm gonna get that all in. Get that all in, and then I'll start forming the top sections. And then this thing will just, like I said, bend over and tack onto the top front. And then I'll have this little section to fill in, this little section to fill in. And then I still have to work on the sides, but I've been working on this thing for all evening. Actually, yeah, most of the evening. Alright, next morning guys, I'm gonna start welding this panel in. Like, see, looks really nice. I had to cut these corners off, and then I'll just shape them to fit now. But looks pretty good. Can't wait. I'm gonna start tacking this one in right now, and then I'll start shaping the next ones. And then I just have these little corners to do. Up around the notches. So get those next. But right now, I'll do this one on, put those caps on. The rest of it's all looking really good. Looking really good.
Okay, let's go.
it is, all tacked in. It's pretty good. So I'm gonna make these corners, which are the corners that I cut off of there. So, pretty good. Alrighty, it is. Maybe shape a little bit more, tighten up on that side, and then just make like a flange and shape them on this side. And then same thing back, shape it a little bit more better. Should be big enough. So this one I might just fit in and piece it in. I'm not too sure if I'm gonna cap it or fit it in nice and weld it in nice. Let's see. I'm gonna have to just fit it real nice and weld it in real nice like that, instead of capping it like how I've been doing all these ones. Just fit it in real nice, weld it nice and smooth in there. But definitely got some room everywhere, so we're good. I'm gonna have to go up real quick with it and just make sure we're not hitting anything. Shouldn't be, but we'll have to check right now. I'm gonna go up and with it and see before I cap any more off real quick. Looks like we got good gappage everywhere. Yeah, it's pretty good gappage there. So let's go up and see, make sure this back of this differential cover don't hit on this anywhere, and we'll be all right. So let's check that out, and then we'll move on to shaping those and being good. All right, guys, been forming for a couple hours now, and they're looking pretty good. Getting them to the shape they need to be. I think it's time to start trimming to fit. I'll probably mark it from the other side. I'll probably lift it up in the air and tape everything down so it's solid where it needs to be, and then scratch it from the inside or from the outside. Oh, you know, from the inside of this out, and then start trimming it down to fit. And then as I trim it down to fit, I'll shape it just that little bit more that needs to go into to fit in here and there. It's very little bit probably. Once it starts getting trimmed to fit, it's like right here it's fitting, looking pretty good. Once I get this trimmed in, he'll, you know, start matching in better. I have to round it maybe a hair bit, but same thing over here. Once I get it cut to fit, I'll have to just, you know, fit it a little bit more, but it's looking really good. I think right in here I'll have to maybe do some more work right in here, but so far so good. Fronts are looking really good too. Like I said, start trimming all that to fit in, and then the front part I'm just gonna, you know, do the spot welds like I've been doing. Yep. Fitting pretty good though. Tell from right there, it almost doesn't even, if it was standing back a bit, it doesn't even look like pieces. It looks together already. But yeah, it's getting there. A little more trimming to fit and a little more hammering here and there, and it'll start fitting together. I didn't need to do all this, but I just wanted to play with the hammer former and get it really nice and tight looking. Looks real good though. Like I said, still gotta do those pieces threaded. But it's looking good. Time to take a break and get some lunch. I guys came back from lunch. I got under there and traced my parts out. So one thing you can see probably, but very lightly scratched right here and right here. So I'm going to trim them up and start fitting them in there. Hopefully it doesn't take too much. So in bit there. And then I'll hopefully start welding them in. Hopefully on time lapse. Alright, looking pretty good. Get a good angle of it, but it's looking pretty good. Now we get in the front, weld it up, and I'll probably weld some across here and call it done. That'll be the full tunnel part. Now I just gotta move over to these corners again. I haven't done them, but it's working on this part. Looking pretty good. It's totally weird shape, but hey, it goes around the axle correctly. That's all that matters. All that matters. Alright. Let's get in there and weld up that inside. Alright guys, check that out. All good, all welded up. The other side. I gotta get down here, do those little sections, those little pie sections, but all that's all done. You know, really good. But one side's a little bit higher. Not much, just a little higher on that one side, but I think I'm fine with that. Looks good. It's all gonna get covered with undercoat paint stuff anyways. So it needs to be covering the axle so we don't get no crap coming in. Alright, now I just gotta work on doing these other sections. Oh man, I'm happy that's done. Alright guys, taking a day and a half off since Sunday. I took Monday off because my camera was full. So I had to empty it yesterday and do some editing, posted a video. And today we gotta clean up all of our scrap metal mess and get back on doing the floors. So did all the floors the other day. Well, not did all the floors, but did all the tunnel part. And I just gotta finish up those corners. And that's it. So gotta clean up all my mess that I got going on out here. And then I'm gonna get on it. So hope you guys are liking the videos. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you guys like seeing, what you guys don't like seeing, so I can hone in on that. Yeah, let me get to cleaning. Alright, looking pretty good there. I have to get under and pry this section this way, and then put something behind it while I hit on this to get them tight, make a welding. And then I'll weld that top seam up a little bit. Oh, mosquitoes are out here getting me again. Yep, at least it's cooling down already. Nice. I don't know where my music is. Oh, I had music on, but press pause to show you guys this. Turn the music back up and get going on the next side. Just wanted to show you a little bit on this side, and then I'm going to get going on the other side. But yeah, I'm going to put a wedge behind here because I keep hitting it for some reason. And then wedge it back this way, and then I'll tap those nice and together and weld them. I'm going to have to drill a couple holes in this one to spot weld through it. Yeah, we'll do that real quick and keep going. Looks really good. Got this part made last night. An edge on this side. Had to cut a couple times on this side to let it fold. Had to beat it over the edge this side to get it to bend over. But that's the last side on this side. And I guess gotta repeat this one and make one more. So we have one for the other side. It's good though.
Ponytail swaying in the night, twisting time dreams feeling right. Record spinning, neon lights, jukebox magic, hearts take flight. Cars lined up, chrome and shine, teenage dreams when stars align. Sneaking out past curfew time, dancing circles, trouble fine. Twist baby, twist and shout, rock that rhythm, there's no doubt. Jump and jive, let's twist about. Oldies gold, twisting out. Leather jackets, research cool. Soda
Alright, got both those sides tacked in and are all welded in completely. All welded in, tacked to the sides, welded down here. So now I just gotta make this little piece in here. Same thing on that side, make a little piece in there, and I'll be on it. Alright, one side's welded up. Gotta grind it all down now, grind in there. It's all sealed. Now let's get on this other side. Alright guys, got the other side in. Looking good. Time to start grinding them all down. Nice, nice. Turn the air up for a minute. I don't know if you see down here, but the last little part's cut. So I'm gonna throw them in and weld them in. Got this one right here and the other one's on the inside. And then I'm gonna use a little filler piece right there and fill that in. So I'll show you a little bit when I'm done. And as well, I'm just gonna weld this up. I was gonna try to match it all flush, but that's fine. You're never gonna see it. No one's gonna care if it's welded flush or not. But yeah, it's getting there. He's looking really good. He's looking really good. Knock this out. Alright guys, vacuumed it out. Scraped off all the crusty rust off the floor. And I'm not gonna grind that after all. I was gonna grind that, but I'm just gonna leave it. Maybe I'll hit the grinder here and there. Smooth it out a little bit, but get it all ready to spray with some undercoat and continue on to the back. I gotta grind a few spots in the back and then spray that with undercoat. And I'll get underneath it in the morning and start working on underneath. But there it is, inside. Yep. Looks pretty good. It is in the back again. Alright, spray some undercoat on it. Alright, there we go, fresh undercoat. Nice. Looking all fresh. It looks fresh. See between a couple of it out here. Got it inside. Nice. Do some on the rust. Nice. Fresh. Looks pretty good. There. Here. All looks good. Alright. Now I start throwing the interior back down, and once this dries, I'll probably get it till tomorrow and start throwing all the interior back in. Oh, excited to finally be in the home stretch with him. So it's getting there though. Remember guys, like, subscribe, comment, share. Try and get this channel to grow so we can monetize and you know. This morning, we're getting up under here this morning and checking it out. Everything looks pretty good. The driving shaft angle looks pretty good at max height. And then all the sheet metal looks real nice. Nothing too bad. I think you just spray it and go. I may have to wipe that burnt stuff off the sheet metal, but it's looking pretty good. It's gonna look real good in there. Like how I did that. Got to throw the exhaust on, throw some air hoses in, and wire up the battery. I think I'm gonna fix this, shorten this fuel line a little bit so it's not hanging down so low. And I start buttoning it up, but looking real good under here. All the sheet metal looks real good. You know, looking real good, perfect. Up there looks really good. Like that. Well, yeah, so I'm gonna spray it with some undercoating now and start hosing and wiring it back up. Pretty much just put all the air system back in the trunk and then the seats and everything back in. I thought I was going to modify the seats, but they look like they're just going to bolt right back or set right back in. They don't bolt in or nothing. I'm going to bolt in some seat belts for them here real quick. So yeah, throw some seat belts in, the seats in, and all the air right back in, and we're good to go. And jump on that. Looking good. Alright guys, a little update going on here. I was looking under here. Everything's looking real good. Not no light under here, but I got the lines all ran. The wires, power wire ran. I just gotta find a grommet for that right where it goes through the metal right there. But got all the air line ran real nice and tight to the floor. Nice line, nice ran tight to the floor on that side as well. I got them real nice and tight to the gas tank on this side, and they come out right there. I gave them a little extra line in this T right there, all the way to the back and then back. In case he ever has a pop line on the road, he knows he has a little extra line in here to fix something on the road. And you don't have to carry it with you, it's just in here. If not, you can also put a fitting over there, and if it ever goes down, when the compressors are out or whatever, you'll be able to fill it up right there with the fitting, just with a regular compressor. I'm going to ask him in case he ever wants those put in. I could put those in the front and the back for them. I got the exhaust on too, as you can see. So looking real good. Swiveling you guys around. See all there. Exhaust is in. They had some shitty couples there. I did some shitty welds on there too, but fuck it. It's not brand new exhaust, so I hate welding exhaust. Yeah, got everything ran. If anything, I just gotta tighten up these brake lines a little bit on the parking brakes. They're kind of a little just dangly. Other than that, it's all done there. Got one power wire that I had to cut up here. I don't know what it goes to. Probably the gas tank sending unit or something. I gotta make a connector on it and then put it through somewhere. Oh, right here where the wiring thing is, and I'll put it back inside. But that's gotta lengthen it a little bit and then put a connector on it. So it has a connector, so when it's going in and out or it's coming down, you can just disconnect it. But yeah, so that's easy breezy. That's the next thing I'll do real quick and I'll be done. Down here, I can drop it down and start putting the interior and the air riding system back in. But looking good, guys. Oh, whew. Yeah, I had to put the bolt exhaust up, and then I had to put the jack under here and jack it up to the correct height. So now it's perfect. Right, with the pumpkin underneath here, it's not going to drag, and it won't hit the floor when you're laid out. It would have been way hitting the floor when you're laid out the way it was before. It was like coming down and then out. It was weird. But, yep, looking good. Oh, I gotta bleed the brakes as well, but I'll take the tires off and bleed them. I'm not worried about that. Yep, now it's time to start in here and say I got my power wires ran in here already. There's my ground. My power wires over there. Just gotta bring it over, and then here's that wire that I gotta get down in there, lengthen it, and they just had it just going through like a hole right here somewhere, I think. But I'm gonna lengthen it and put it through one of these grommets. So yeah, it's looking good though. I'll get the wood pieces back on the back, and I'll start putting his air ride back up. I might have to modify a little bit down here. I don't know how long they were, but I think they're bolted down here something to something too, so I might end up having to make some little flanges for them and drill some holes somewhere to bolt it through there. And then as well as he got some seat belts. He dropped them off last night to me, so I'll throw the seat belts in there for him he got for Father's Day, and we'll have it ready to go. I like getting to the end. It's fun doing all this little, paint and wiring. This is the fun part. All that fabrication and stuff is cool, but takes a lot of work. So, alright, battery's going dead. Gonna lose you guys any second, so have to get a new battery. And I really like how that came out with the bed line, or just the undercoating on it. Came out just looking really good. So here it is. See you guys in a bit when I get it all in there and up and down and shit. Alright guys, happy 4th of July. Out here finishing up the car. Got all the air system right back in it. Battery's back in there. Everything's hooked back up all correctly. Wired good. Tucked and everything. But I went to go bleed the brakes. I was struggling to bleed the brakes as leaders were clogged. So I jacked it up. My dumbass, I fucking aired it all the way up. Full max pressure just to see how high it got, and I jumped into bleeding the brakes and raised it up, forgetting that it was full pressure. And when I raised it up, it took that pressure off of the bags and the shocks, and it bent the shock mount. I knew it could do that if it jacked up all the way, but really it was holding them. So I'll show you what ended up happening. I like to show you guys my fuck ups, and fix them and try to solve the issue if I can. So on this one, these shocks are a little bit maxed out for the airbags on full lift. So I did end up bending the bars when I raised it up off the ground, and I had the fucking airbags fully pumped up to almost 200 psi. When I jacked it up, it took off that pressure off the bags, and it allowed these to bend and pull these off. Remember, I think I told you in one of the videos I was going to cut these down to like nice, and then end up putting the washer on there. I didn't end up doing that. I just ended up cutting them equal and leaving it centered, thinking it was going to be good, which it was pretty good. But now I'm going to go back and end up shortening the bolt and shortening the spacer in here after I fix all this, bend this back. I already did the other side. I already straightened it and fixed the bushing. So now, before I jump on this side, I want to show you guys my fuck up. So you can see it's a little bent, but like I said, I'll take all this off. I'll bend it back. It's barely bent. I mean, this 1/4 inch does not want to move, so it takes a bit just to even bend these back. But it took me a minute. It took me like 15 minutes just to get that one bent back, actually. So I'm gonna get this one bent back. And I mean, if anything, really, I can always put like a bracket fucking from here to here to keep it from doing that. But I think my best thing right now is just that I shorten these bolts, put a washer on the end so it keeps it from falling off and moving that way at all. So it'll keep it, you know, stopped right here. I didn't do that at this time, and it's just slipping right over the end of the nut right there, or the bolt, I mean. And so I'll shorten them down, put a washer on the end to cap it off, and maybe even make a little spacer in between the shock and the bracket to keep it from just anything at all, movement. I just want it to stay real tight. You want it to stay real tight so that it won't have any play to give it a bend, a reason to bend. If it stays real tight, it should stay snug and tight and straight. But we'll see right now. Like I said, I'm going to straighten this all out. I'm going to end up shortening these, putting a washer on the end, and then seeing if I can build a spacer for right here. Maybe if anything, just a big nut stuck in here just to keep it from bottoming out all the way on the bracket and keeping it that little distance that I need. If not, I'll make something. I'll get on it right now, but just want to show you my fuck up, see it bent. Like I said, I'll straighten it out real quick and get it right. Other than that, I got the blades to bleed finally. I had to clean out the bleeders. They were just, there was nothing coming out of them. So I had to take them completely off, suck them through, and then make sure there was fluid coming out. And now they bled fine now. So yeah, just gotta fix my fuck ups. It happens. Instead, happy 4th of July, guys. And hope everyone's having a great day. This is my thing, what I do. Nobody's here today, so I'm just here chilling. All right, guys, back next day after 4th of July. I had to go get some bolts today for smaller shock bolts. So that's what I did there. I got a spacer in between the shock and the mount, and then I put a washer on the end, shorten the bolt. Well, actually, I put 2 washers on the end so it has more strength. And now I just gotta do that other side, and we'll be done. So I cut off like a little 1/2 inch too as well off the shock spacer. So hopefully that helps a lot. All right, I'm gonna get on this other one, and then hopefully we can test drive it after that. Maybe bleed the brakes one last time, just one more time real quick, because it's sat overnight and I like to get this much air bubbles out. All right, guys, here we go. We're gonna pull it out. There it is. Check it out. Oh, it's sitting pretty well. I think that's about where it's going to be. Pretty gangster. So it came out fully raised up and set it down. Oh, obviously you need to watch it. It's dirty. Sitting low though, sitting low for sure. Alright guys, we're going to wash her up and get her all clean, get her ready to go, maybe take her for a test drive most likely, and we'll be back after she's all cleaned and pretty. Not sure why those front tires are squealing. Gotta figure it out. Got a big gappage everywhere, nothing's moving. Big gappage everywhere, nothing's moving. Drive her home, see how she drives. A little bit lower this time. Back brake's loose a little bit, gets traction. See, when I press the pedal, it just heads all the way to the floor there, guys. Shouldn't it be going? Shouldn't it be roaring? It's getting there. It's picking up slowly, but it ain't going like it should be. It should be going a lot better than that. Now all kinds of clunks. I don't think it's anything of mine. But we're getting it. Doing about 70 right now. And those front wheels are just squealing. Fucking squealing. I don't understand why. My lowrider, my Nissan does that. Let's see if I go higher or lower if it stops right now. Go a little higher, put a little more air in it. See if it stops squealing so much. Huh? Can we go to the park? Not in this. Maybe later when we're done. Let's go take it over here and take some pictures in front of the church, and then we'll take it back home and wash it up. Just having fun, guys. We'll go take some pictures in front of the church real quick. All right, guys. So started on this front end real quick to check it out, and it's over 3 inches towed in. So just gonna straighten that up a little bit. I mean, 3/16 or something like that towed in is okay, but 3 inches towed in, that's, no wonder my tires were screeching. Fuck. All right, well, I'm gonna check this out and straighten it up real quick. Be back, show you guys. Well, I'll show you guys, see if I can take a picture of the front of it. So shit. I don't know if you can tell, but you see how you see that white wall on one side because it's turning in a little bit. And then same thing on this side. See how you see the white wall a lot more? Yeah, because it's turning in, it's towed in like crazy. All right, guys, so fixed the steering. It was 3 inches towed in. I don't know how it was 3 inches towed in, but it was 3 inches towed in. Got it to where now it's only about, I think about a quarter inch, somewhere in between 3/16 and a quarter inch towed in, which is about correct. Drove straight, didn't no more screeching, and just drove like it was supposed to now. But still making like a click 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 noise, so I'm gonna start checking the front bearings next and a few other things, just make sure nothing's touching anything or hitting anything. Just crawling under here to show you guys what we're doing. So this is the part that was on the parking brake. It looks like it was two caps for the U-joint bearings. Looks like that's a cap right there for one, and then maybe that was one and they bent it to the shape or something. But yeah, that was the parking brake piece that hooked up the thing to the two parking brake cables to the rod. So it was too short. I need to make it to where it comes over here longer and gets away from the drive shaft. So I'll come over here more. So this is what I made. Let's see what we have. Where am I at here? Where'd it go? So this is what I made. And I'll come back and let's see. There we go. I'll go like that. And it'll hook up to the rod there. And then it'll move the other one onto the other side. Over like that, so it'll kind of sit centered. And kind of stay out of the way of the drive shaft. If I can get both of those adjusters to like stay on each side of the drive shaft like that. So right now I just had to end up taking this cable off. It had a little mount like this one. So this one's on that side of the exhaust, so it's kind of pulling more that way. And then this one was on this side of the exhaust mount, so it really wasn't pulling it this way. So we're gonna move it to this side over here of the exhaust mount, and so it keeps it more straighter on this side, and then it kind of kicks over here, and then it'll keep it to where it's on this side of the drive shaft. Because if I leave it from where it's at and it just goes straight, it ends up like coming like this. So I got to move it over towards just a bit over. Camera's going crazy, flipping upside down. But yeah, so I bent the shit out of that rod too. I had to straighten that rod and get it all straight. It was bent everywhere, and then down here I just gave it one good bend to move it over to the side, to try to center it as close as the center to the tranny as possible. And then that's what that bracket's gonna do. Is that bracket's gonna move it over to the side and center it up a bit. So just had to do this, and I'm gonna slip screw that back on there like it was over here. So slip screw it back on that side and move it over there like that. So it kicks it over that little bit it needs, and then we'll adjust it all. All right, we're under here. All right, there we go. We got the bracket all made up. Ended up having to add a little ear on that side to make it more level in the whole thing of it. Right here was making it pull kind of like this instead of evenly like it is now. So we got plenty of room now around the drive shaft. Plenty of room. I can put my handle around it. It's all good. I even angled it a little bit so that it's like angled a little bit there. And see that better? So yeah, got all that over there. All nice, straight. Kind of walks into that little spot right there. It's nice now. So yeah, it works. Hopefully you can't hear the music too much right now, but it works. So I'm done. Finishing it up, guys. Pretty much I'm waiting for just for a part to come for the electrical. I just need a switch fuse on the airbags. They put a regular fuse and it blew already, so I need a switchable fuse on there. So that should be here in a little bit, but while I wait, I'm gonna start polishing it, getting it cleaned up, and then I also just have to fix that one tail light that the wire came out. But other than that, she's looking good. Started throwing polish on her already. She's already starting to sparkle. So yeah, make it look good, and then I'm gonna drive it to deliver it to him in a little bit. Probably once it cools down a little more, and yeah, that'll be it. I'm happy this one's coming to an end. It's really nice. Came out really good. So yeah, just gonna throw some polish on it. Throw you guys on a time lapse, so you guys just, in case you want to watch polish.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, speaking fast, I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear.
Alright, got one side, we've got the back half, this side of the roof, this side all done. It's actually looking pretty sparkly. Looks pretty tits. I can't tell too much, but it's looking pretty tits now. So compared to the other side that hasn't been done, yeah, a little better. Yeah, maybe a lot better. So I'm gonna continue on doing that side. The driver's side, passenger side's already done. Just gotta wax it now, and should be done on this side. Stay said, I just gotta like to clean up my cars, guys. Make them look right before they go home. All right, guys, there she is, polished and waxed. Just got the part in, so I gotta install. I install you call it a breaker switch, 100 amp. So it had like a 50 amp breaker on it. But yeah, look at that thing. It's nice, polished, waxed. Look at that thing shine now. Can't wait to get it out in the sun. Got all the windows, got the interior all wiped down. We'll probably go over it one more time with a rag once I get it out in the sun and get all the smears, but it's looking good now. I just gotta swap out that breaker and put one tail light wire, and she'll be ready to go home. Can't wait to get her out in the sun. We'll do a couple shots out in the sun. Alright guys, there she is, ready to go home. All nice and shiny. Laid out for you one last time. Yeah, see, I'll have to wipe her down one more time. But man, you can tell that paint was not shot very good. It's like dark in some areas and light in some areas. Maybe that's what it's supposed to look like. But yeah, there she is. All done. Taking her home. It's pretty damn good. Pretty darn good, guys. I like it. I'm happy. Came out pretty much what I expected. So the rear wheel centered when you're down, it's actually a little bit forward. When we go up level, it's about even, and then we go up all the way, it goes back a little bit. So it's just what it is. Instead, if I would have did it any other way, he'd have to redo his driveline. Who knows? But yeah, looking good. Oh, where am I showing the camera at? There we go, guys. One last shot of her. Just going home. Where you see the end.